This video is brought to you by hoodbeast.com. Design your own custom hoodies. hoodbeast.com.
What's going on, guys? It's Rahman, and today we're going to be doing an all Kyrie Irving video. First, we're going to be talking a little bit about those trade rumors which were reported today, but mainly we're going to be talking about the Kyrie 4s. But first, like I talked about, let's talk about these trade rumors. It was reported that Kyrie has demanded a trade from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he listed a few teams that he prefers to go to. Those teams are San Antonio, the Timberwolves, the Miami Heat, and the New York Knicks. It was also reported that Kyrie had the Chicago Bulls on his list of preferred destinations, but when the Bulls traded Jimmy Butler, he scratched that off his list. So out of these four teams that Kyrie wants to go to, obviously as a basketball fan, I want to see him go to San Antonio. I think that this makes the most basketball sense. Him and Kawhi Leonard would be great for each other. I think that their games complement each other very nicely. But the main reason why I want to see Kyrie go to San Antonio is because I want to see Kyrie on the big stages, on the big games. I want to see him playing in April and even into June. And I think him going to San Antonio gives him the best opportunity to do that. Obviously, there's a long line of success in the Spurs organization, and him under Popovich would just be great in my opinion. That's where I want to see Kyrie. I want to see Kyrie winning, and I think him going to San Antonio gives him the better opportunity to do so than these other three destinations that he has on his list. Obviously, Kyrie in the Garden in New York playing for the Knicks makes a lot of sense, but I just think the Spurs organization makes the most sense for Kyrie. I also don't understand why he would want to go to the Heat. Does he really love Dion Waiters that much? I don't think so, because they didn't really like playing with each other. But also, why would he want to follow in the footsteps of LeBron James? I just don't see why that's happening. As for the Timberwolves, I don't know how logistically this would work. I mean, they already got Jeff Teague, they paid him money, they got Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns. What are they gonna move? Do they move Wiggins and he goes back to Cleveland for Kyrie, but then you have a logjam at the point guard position? I just don't see how that's gonna work logistically. Obviously, that would be fun because that would mean there's a lot of talent there. It seems like Kyrie really wants to play with Jimmy Butler because, like I said earlier, he did have the Bulls on his possible list of destinations that he wanted to go to. But now that Jimmy's gone and went to Minnesota, he replaced the Bulls for the Timberwolves. But like I said earlier, I'm not really too sure how it's gonna work. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense other than Kyrie really wants to play with Jimmy Butler. But what I do know is that Bill Simmons brought up a really tasty trade proposal on Twitter, and it goes a little something like this. Basically, the Knicks are gonna get Kyrie Irving and Iman Shumpert, while the Suns get Frank Ntilikina and Channing Frye's expiring contract, and the Cavs would end up getting Carmelo Anthony, Eric Bledsoe, and a 2018 New York first-round pick. I don't know about you guys, but that seems like a pretty solid deal for all three teams involved. With the Cavs, you have mini LeBron teaming up with LeBron and Carmelo Anthony, while the Knicks obviously get Kyrie Irving, but the Suns will get a fresh new point guard prospect, and we all know how much they love point guard prospects. So that seems like a pretty solid, tangible deal that I can definitely see happening. But that's pretty much all of my thoughts on the Kyrie Irving trade rumors. I would love to hear where you think he's gonna end up in the comment section below. Comment with where you think he's gonna end up and where you want him to end up. And don't just say your favorite team, because obviously I want Kyrie going to the Lakers, but that's just not realistic. So let me know where you think he's gonna go and where you want him to go in the comment section below. But now that we got all of that stuff out of the way, let's get into the Kyrie 4s. Now, like I said earlier, these are replica photos of the Kyrie 4s, but they're gonna give us a pretty good general idea as to what to expect. And my first impression is these look very similar to those PG2s that I talked about in my previous video. And since that video, a lot of different kind of reports have been coming out about those not being the PG2s. I've seen other people say that Nike has confirmed this, but I haven't seen anyone from Nike confirm this. And then this morning I saw a tweet from Leo Chang, or someone quoted Leo Chang saying that those are definitely not the PG2s. So I really don't know what to believe, but what I do believe is that these two shoes, the Kyrie 4s and the PG2s, look very, very similar to each other. So what's the deal here? Are these the Kyrie 4s? Are those the PG2s? Or are these both team models of the signature shoes? I have no idea. All I know is it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for Paul George to have a budget team shoe because his signature shoe is already very budget wallet friendly. So why would they make a cheaper shoe than the $110 PG1? What are these PG2s gonna retail for under $100? Yeah, right, like Nike's gonna give us a basketball shoe with a name attached to it for under $100. That hasn't happened since the KD line. So I really don't know what to believe here. Everything at this point is pure speculation, but speculation is fun. That's why we're here making this video. So if we are speculating that these are indeed the Kyrie 4s, I'm not a huge fan of them, but I'm not a huge fan of the Kyrie line in general aesthetically. I think that the performance of them is awesome. I think it's perfectly fine. I think for people who play like Kyrie, they're really going to love the Kyrie line and how it performs. So I think that the Kyrie 4 will please fans of Kyrie Irving's signature line. I'm just not a huge fan of it aesthetically, the colors, the shape, the materials. And I know that these are replicas, but like I said earlier, it's gonna give us a pretty good idea as to what the Kyrie 4 will actually look like if these are the Kyrie 4s. I have no idea what those finger paint patterns are on the heel area. I'm definitely not a huge fan of that. The midsole shape, not a fan of that. I am a fan of the outsole shape, that rounded outsole that the Kyrie line is becoming infamous for. I think that that's really nice. I think it gives the line a really smooth ride. So that's nice that it's returning. You can see the progression, the natural progression of the Kyrie line from the 1 to the 2 to the 3 and now to the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at your door. But those are my thoughts on Kyrie Irving's trade rumors and the Kyrie 4s. I would love to hear what you guys think about both situations in the comment section below. What do you like about the Kyrie 4? Are you a fan of the Kyrie line? Let me know all of that good stuff in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give your boy a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. My name's Jaron. It's been great having you. Catch you in the next one. Peace. Ta-da! I know, they're not that great, right? I mean, just based on my first impressions, these look like a complete step back from its predecessors, the PG1s. Now, that is kind of a loaded statement because the PG1 is one of the best looking sneakers